Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
Righteous intro.
I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I am your other co-host, David Bell.
And I am your interloper, Katie Goldin.
Yep.
Welcome,
interloper.
Thank
I'm going to
you.
adjust the levels here because we're spiking out a lot.
Oh, I'm surprised because usually my voice is like small and mouse-like.
It's all right. Just get right up on the microphone and we should be good.
Yeah.
It's really my stupid voice. Anytime I go louder than this, the computer's like, no.
Yeah, I think
I can
that
just turn mine down.
I'm doing my own podcast, and like I feel so bad for the editor Nick because he's probably just like every time I speak, it's like gotta crank it up.
Yeah.
Right.
And then my laughs are really loud, so then he's got to crank it down.
Yep. That's me as well. Coming with my witch's cackle.
Gotta give him a challenge.
It's all right. I'll just be monkeying with the levels as we go on. But yeah, so we have Katie is a first time guest.
Woo!
Hooray.
Yeah.
So basically, what we just gathered together some entertainment news of the week and then get excited or not about it.
Yep. I'm just gonna talk about shit.
Gonna talk about some movies and junk.
I like the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I like Flickr shows.
I like to go to the motion pictures.
So yeah, we usually start off by talking about some trailers. There's a brand new Jurassic World trailer that I think is like a day old.
Yeah.
Like it's just a few hours.
Yeah,
And-
it's their final trailer.
And boy, does it tell you the whole movie.
It really does. Like, so I don't like watching trailers for movies I'm actually planning on seeing because
Right.
sometimes they are like, "Here's the plot,
Yeah,
go see it again."
yeah. it's a strange thing, and we talk about it all the time on this podcast because we are talking about trailers all the time. But it's like on one hand, I understand why they do it because they want to get the people who maybe aren't decided to see the movie, and they're also the trailers are selling the movie to the theater chains as well. So they want to show them, okay, here's all the
Right.
beats that you recognize.
We do
for
have a
popular
plot.
movie. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
like-
and they do this for merchandising as
for
well.
merchandising too.
yeah. Like we have a plot. You can see it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie's like, here's dinosaurs in it. Here's all the action figures you can sell. Here's all the this is going to be a real treat.
It's kind of a
real
bummer
event
because
film.
it means
all
that
your
trailers
theater
aren't
goers.
really for us anymore.
No, they haven't been for a while.
And that's a shame because they don't need to fucking tell us much to make people go see Jurassic World.
Right, and especially now,
It's doing good. It's doing quite good for itself.
Yeah.
This series.
and especially now where we track every step of a movie's development over the internet, like we
Yeah.
hardly need trailers anymore.
Yeah.
For the audience, anyway, I think.
I mean, I like trailers when they give a general ambiance or something. Like I liked the Westworld trailer, which I watched despite my general rule that I don't like watching things for things I like.
I
But
think that one was probably pretty good at not
it was
tipping
good.
its hand.
No, it didn't like give away anything really, except maybe that Dolores is still alive. Yay.
Yeah, no, it's been
I
a
mean,
while since I watched
Yeah.
the
There
last
was no
episode.
there was no cliffhanger. It's just like that's the only. I mean, like that some of the characters are still alive is maybe the only thing it gives away. But it's like, it doesn't really go into detail. I mean, if you're a stickler, I still wouldn't watch the trailer. But I didn't feel cheated by it. I thought it was just a nice kind of like, ooh, it's foreboding.
That's a good point.
I also think that we overestimate general audience's knowledge of movies coming out. Like I remember when the first Jurassic World trailer was happening, I'd be in theaters like a month before that'd come out, and I remember hearing someone next to me like, "Oh, they're making a Jurassic World. They're making a Jurassic Park." And so it's that sort of thing where it's like, "Oh, right, not everybody
Not
just
everybody
like
does this.
obsessively
Yeah.
reads
that's-
movie news."
Look, Ethel, they're making one of them dinosaur movies.
Yeah.
One of them dinosaur films.
I have a question about the Jurassic World trailer. It tells us everything.
Yeah.
Except for the showdown appears to take place in a mansion.
In a child's bedroom.
What is going on?
A child's bedroom within a mansion, and then our Parks and Recreation gentleman is inside of the air vents.
Right.
He
That
brings his
really
he brings
confused me.
his pet raptor.
His pet
Yeah.
raptor named Blue. We're gonna look
To
for
fight.
Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
the first volcano scene, I assume that's the first.
This
That's the first like action beat of the movie. I'm
This
pretty
is
sure
the
'cause they
Lost-
keep
it's the
showing
Lost
us
World.
it. Yeah, it's Lost World again.
They go to the island to collect the dinosaurs, and they bring them back to the city, and they run loose. It's the Lost World.
Yeah, so like spoiler alert for anyone listening to this, the trailer spoils so many things that
Yes.
if you want to be surprised by the movie, maybe stop listening because the trailer itself spoils so many things.
Right. I didn't know any of these plot beats. Like, I thought the movie was going to be them on the island trying to save the dinosaurs from a volcanic eruption or whatever.
Right.
But
Right.
it's like, no, that's like Act 1.
Right, they literally go through all of the like the twists, like
Yeah.
oh, am I gonna get eaten by this dinosaur? No, I escape. Oh, is Blue the raptor gonna recognize me? Yes, she does. Oh, is the government going to backstab us as we try to like recapture some of the dinosaurs? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they reveal the characters are secretly evil and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
They
Right.
reveal every character arc
This
and
reminded me
resolution.
of, Spider-Man: Homecoming was another one where
Yeah.
the trailer was like, "I'm gonna fight crime. I want to be an Avenger. I'm gonna do this fairy thing, and Tony Stark's gonna take away my suit, and then I'm gonna fight Michael Keaton on a plane, and then the movie's gonna end." And they like laid out the entire goddamn plot
They did, yeah.
in the trailer.
Well, like they even have what's the name of the lady?
Bryce Dallas Howard?
Yes. You said that so quickly I didn't observe
Bryce
it.
Dallas Howard.
Is that the actress or the
That's the actress. I don't
okay.
remember what her name is in the
Okay.
film.
So
Claire.
she
Oh,
even
Claire, sure.
says like oh, you betrayed us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They lied to us.
They're going to sell these dinosaurs.
They're
Yeah.
going to sell these dinosaurs instead of preserve them like I had hoped earlier in the trailer.
Even though she's the CEO of Jurassic World, which is a company built on the premise of selling dinosaurs to people.
Yes.
Not like literally, but you're selling admission to dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I think the idea is maybe she learned her lesson from the last movie, which maybe they should have shown her do in the last
In
movie.
the last movie, yeah.
Through the hot, steely, conservative gaze of Mr. Parks and Rec.
Mhm.
Yes.
So they're also trying to they seem to be making him a little funnier. That was
Right,
one of
'cause
the
he
weird
was-
things about the first Jurassic. You didn't see Jurassic World?
No.
They didn't make him funny,
I
Yeah,
see.
he
which
was
was
just-
a very strange decision.
He was just kind of a
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah,
But even the funny beats in this trailer aren't
they're not that
good.
great. Yeah.
Like he gets like this sort of sleepy T-Rex, kind of like he's trying to crawl past it or something, and
Mhm.
it nudges
Sleeposaurus
him.
Rex.
Yeah, Sleeposaurus.
What was he doing in there?
I
I don't know.
don't
That's
know.
one mystery that the trailer
Right.
didn't reveal.
What are they doing? Like
Yeah, why is he
dicking
crawling
around
around
in
there?
a containment, a small containment unit with a sleepy T-Rex. Trying to Instagram, I guess. But like it's kind of nudges up against him, and its sleepiness. It's so cute, and it like pins him, and he thrusts out an arm. He's like, "I'm okay."
Little thumbs up.
It's like, "I'm all right." Thumbs up.
Mm.
Wah wah.
And then if you wonder if it's going to wake up, don't worry, the trailer shows you.
Right,
The
it
trailer
does.
shows you the dinosaur waking
It does wake up.
And
Do
he
they
gets out.
escape? Yes, they
They
do.
Yeah.
Easily.
up. Of course they do.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still going to watch this movie because
That's the problem.
that's the problem. I understand. I understand
You
that.
guys are the problem.
Yeah.
I would watch this movie if, like, my friend, I would be peer pressured into watching this movie, but, like, of my own volition, I wouldn't go.
Yeah.
We would probably have to do an episode of We Just
We're going to
Watched
do We
about
Just
it.
Watched on it, definitely.
But if I didn't have podcast obligations, I would be done with this franchise.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's just blackmailing us into. It's emotionally blackmailing me
Right, because
into seeing it because it has dinosaurs.
Hollywood's full of a bunch of cowards that don't want to make dinosaur movies, so the only dinosaur movies we get are the Jurassic World movies right now.
I want feathery, fluffy dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Sure, I'd watch that shit.
Little bird dinosaurs, raptors
T-Rex
that are
with
actually like the
feathery
size
mohawk.
of turkeys.
Yeah.
I'd like to see like one realistic dinosaur movie when they're like not that
Where they look
big.
like weird aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see. Remember, so you watched the first Fantasia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know the whole Rite of Spring dinosaur one, which
Yeah.
is my favorite.
boss.
It's great.
The best one of the whole movie is that. I mean, first of all, Rite of Spring, it's freaking
Yeah.
metal,
Mhm.
and then the dinosaurs are also freaking metal, and
And they
They-
die in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
well, they have a whole plot. Like, you feel things for these dinosaurs. This Stegosaurus that's fighting a T-Rex, and you look into the eyes of the Stegosaurus as he's fighting for his life. It's intense.
Yeah.
It is, although I do have to point out that those two animals didn't live at the same time.
Tom,
I know.
There were a
don't
lot of inaccuracies in that.
Sure.
don't ruin it for me.
No. It's a great segment. That was always my favorite part of Fantasia. Except when the dinosaurs died, it really affected me.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
real
man.
bummed out by
They-
that shit.
They die like in pretty realistic for 1950s Disney, showing the famine and global warming that
Yeah.
kills
Yeah.
the dinosaurs.
Fucking
Not
falling
just
out in a desert.
right, not just they're not just like the meteor hits and all the dinosaurs are dead, which is most movies.
No,
trope
Yeah.
they
kind of
suffer.
thing. Yeah,
they suffer for a long
they
time.
suffer. They try to drink mud.
It's
It's awful.
it's an agonizing death.
Yeah.
So yeah, go see Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
You guys remember the little racist mushrooms? in
Oh
Fantasia?
no! Why did you have to
Yeah.
remind me? And also, the centaur sequence used to be super racist.
Really?
They
Mhm.
cut out the part where they have a young black girl as
Their
a
servant. Yeah.
Oh
and
no.
she is a racist caricature,
Oof.
and it's just awful.
I mean, they knew enough to cut that out.
Yeah, I never saw
Yeah.
that version.
But the mushrooms they did not cut out. When I was a kid, I just thought they were adorable. I had no idea that they were supposed to be like they're supposed to be Chinese people, right?
Yeah,
Or-
they're delightful when you're a
think so.
kid, and then
Right.
you get older and you're like, oh.
It's like, oh, that's
no.
super
It's
racist.
so bad. And
Like
yeah.
it's weird how okay we were. Like until even like within the last 10 years, you can still go back and watch like mainstream comedies, just like ripping on Asian people. It's like we're just like
Yeah.
weirdly
Yeah.
okay with that still.
That is weird. That's not
Just
good.
grossly offensive caricatures.
Yeah, I always felt how the Hangover movies.
Mhm.
Who's that actor?
Ken Jeong.
Yeah, I mean, I always felt really uncomfortable with that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I feel like a lot of the like comedy making fun of Kim Jong Un. I mean, even though he's an asswipe and he deserves it, I think it's like oh, we can be racist against this one
Yeah,
person.
it's like these writers almost excited that they get to be
They get to
racist.
be racist.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Did you watch?
exactly.
Did you watch The Interview?
Oh, is that the one with Seth Rogen and he
And James Franco,
Yeah,
yeah.
Franco. Yeah, that was a little bad. That was
I
pretty
didn't
bad.
watch it.
Yeah, they managed to not do the racist thing with Kim Jong Un though.
No, they weren't racist, but
In
it
my
was
memory.
a bad movie.
It's not a good movie. But I did appreciate that they didn't
Yeah.
do that.
They didn't go.
Like, he's played by Randall Park. Is that his name? The guy that's on Fresh Off the Boat.
Okay.
Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah,
I've never
I
seen
don't
that.
remember racism, but I'm white, so I might not pick up
Right.
on
So it
subtle
wouldn't
things.
have hit me like that.
Right.
Now I've got to look this up to make sure I had it right.
But I mean, I don't remember it being sort of what was the South Park people's thing, the World Police,
Yeah,
Amer-
Team America.
Team America, World Police
jeez,
levels
yeah.
of
That
racism.
is so bad. Yeah, Randall Park. I got it right.
Man, how does South Park get away with like so much?
I don't know. They did.
I think it's because they go so far that it's perceived as satirical.
they.
Is that how satire works?
No.
No, it's not. They've had to
But-
throttle back on that. Like, if you watch this latest season, like Cartman's not anywhere near. Like he's not anywhere near as bad as he used to be because it's no longer the joke.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, we have people who talk and behave like Cartman in
Yeah.
earnest all over as president and like all over the internet and the world now. So it's like,
And I feel like even though Cartman is a loathable little slime ball, he's also, they make him weirdly cute and lovable. So it's weird when you have this character who's sort of a protagonist who's a Nazi.
yeah,
Right.
that's a little strange.
It's a little weird, guys.
So let's we'll make sure to count all of the offensive Asian stereotypes in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom when it comes out, and we'll see whether or not it's meant to be satirical.
This does tie into something else. It's not on the list, but the what is that called? The Problem with the Pooh,
Yeah,
Oh,
which
yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
seen yet,
Uh,
but that seems fascinating.
I-
'cause-
yeah.
The Simpsons apparently responded to it, and it wasn't a very good response.
No.
it was
no,
real
no.
shitty.
It was
And,
real
like-
funny. Bad, but funny.
Yeah, it was in the most hilarious, tone-deaf Hollywood way you can respond
They
to
Right.
something.
linked, one of the showrunner linked to the National Review.
Oh no!
Actually, I got, when I was doing the Crack podcast with Alex a while back in the old days, we actually got to interview Hari Kondabolu, and he is a really, really cool guy.
Oh,
Should
cool.
Follow him on Twitter.
Watch his film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
watch his movie. It's like some really valid criticism that
Well-
The Simpsons is not responding to
It's
well.
absolutely insane.
Yeah,
And that happens with cartoons all the time. The one that shocked me was finding out the Cleveland Family Guy is a white guy doing
Yep.
the voice. And it was like, oh my God, because they have so many jokes about his race.
yeah.
yeah.
And it's like, that's shocking to me. And most of these cartoons I feel like can get away with it because we don't notice, because we don't
It was.
look into what the voice actors look like.
I felt like their weird apology version of an apology for that was when they did the Cleveland show. I mean, obviously, I think all of his family is voiced by black actors except for Rollo, which is the same guy who does Cleveland.
Right.
But they have like the white trash guy voiced by a black actor. So I guess that was like their weird version of a see, it's okay.
That's
Yeah.
not. No.
They've done a few meta
Mm-mm.
jokes where like they ended an episode by like some joke about women, and then they cut to the credits and they just had separated male writers and then female writer, and it was just like one name of
Oh,
them
boy.
pointing out themselves. But it was sort of like, that doesn't really
You're
solve
still
the problem.
doing the
You're
thing.
just pointing out that
Yeah.
you have a problem.
It's sort of like, if you like pee on someone's leg and you're like, hey, and it's like, it's okay. Like, isn't this wacky of me to do that?
Yeah.
Right.
I know I have a problem with peeing on
Here,
on
let
people's
me-
legs. I
Let
know
me
it's not
poop on it
appropriate.
too.
Yeah. No, you don't get to saying that you're aware of the thing that
Yeah.
you're doing is a problem, and then still doing the thing is not.
Just locking eyes with you. Weird, right? Isn't this weird? It's
It's
real bad, right?
Which we've talked about a few times on this, going back to Jurassic World, when movies point out that their movie is dumb
Yeah,
in the movie. And it's like, well, fuck you.
yeah,
Because Jurassic World has a Jurassic Park fan, a meta guy who's like a fan of the original park,
Yeah.
which doesn't make
doesn't
any
make
sense.
any sense.
Because the park was like a secret thing that, and he's
It never
in the
opened.
movie he's talking about like, yeah, it never opened. He's like, man, the original park is so much cooler, and it's like, stop reminding us that your movie sucks. Like,
Yeah,
fuck you, movie.
Also, I don't
I
like
paid
it.
money.
I don't like it when movies make fun of fans.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I like to make fun of fans, but I think it's in poor taste when the movie itself makes fun of
Right.
fans.
Like there's
also,
I can't stand it when the movie is called in a way to try to be like self-aware or like fun. It's a very fine line, but like don't never call the audience dickheads for watching your movie.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
who was a real bad offender was the BBC Sherlock with
oh yeah,
I still have not seen a
So-
single episode.
that
It's-
episode after
so the-
he
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Stephen Moffat's vehicle, but like it left this cliffhanger where Sherlock, the titular character, jumps off a building, and you're like, and then he's alive at the end of the episode. They don't even leave a cliffhanger. They're just like, no, he's alive. It's like, well, what? Okay, how does that work? And
yeah.
and here's the thing, Sherlock Holmes. The fun thing about mystery novels, at least to me, is figuring out the mystery or trying to.
Yeah.
Right.
And even if you're outsmarted by the author, like Agatha Christie's really good at this, where she supplies you with enough information to guess it, but sometimes she throws in a few red herrings and sometimes she fools you. But there's usually, she's at least presented you with all of the information you would need.
It's possible for you to figure out the solution.
Right, even if you don't. And with this, like, they're like, so a lot of fans were trying to figure out, well, how did he survive falling off of a building? And they came up with all these theories, and these are people who really loved the show and were really into it. And then in the next season, like the first episode, it's like, oh, we'll finally figure out like how he did it. And then basically the show was like, no, screw you, you're weird for trying to figure this out. And they showed these caricatures of fans of people trying to figure out how Sherlock survived. Like, these were people inside the show universe who knew about Sherlock jumping off the building and also knew that he lived, and they're trying to figure out how he did it. And they're all portrayed as being stupid and obsessive.
Yeah,
and
they're all losers.
wacky. Yeah, they're all dumb idiots.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you.
And it's
And
like,
they never really show how he did it,
No,
right?
no, they
show all
never
these
explain it.
alternate versions.
and their message was like, it doesn't matter how he did it. What matters is the story. And it's like, well, your story
part of the
sucks.
story, you fuck.
Well, and it maybe that would hold up if this show had like a great story, but it didn't. Like, all of the good stories they had were just the ones that more or less followed the books.
Well, that was following
Yeah.
the book as well, but I forget how the book explained it.
Well,
Because there's the show off with Moriarty at the waterfall.
Because he had killed Sherlock, and then because he wanted to be done with
Right.
it, and then he brought him back. So I think it was like equally improbable. But
Right.
I feel like he at least tried to explain it.
Right.
Yeah, I thought he gave it a shot in explaining it, but it was also like, it was more forgivable, I think, in that instance, because he was like, no, he's dead. And then people are like, no, you're not allowed to do that. And then
He's
so
like, fine.
it's like, fine, okay. But in this case, it's like, you have complete control over this whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
that would have been if you're going to add to the books by making it all modern and Benedict Cumberbatchy, you can like add
He was super
Stuff.
batchy.
It's way batch.
super batch.
You even batch, bro? Do you even
Yeah.
batch?
But, that just sucks.
That show, I really enjoyed the start of that show.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
right around that point is where things start
Yeah.
going out of control.
I like the first few episodes. There's this great there's a great if you want to see someone go into depth about how Sherlock sucks, there's a H Bomber guy did it on YouTube. It's pretty
Okay.
great.
Cool. So the next trailer we have, we went far afield, which is totally fine. We always do. We end up fucking talking about stuff that has nothing to do with anything that's on.
Don't
the
you dare edit out anything I've said.
list. I probably won't. Like, I'll cut out the Alex intrusion, but that's it.
Yeah.
Incredibles 2. There's a new Incredibles 2 trailer.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, it looks fine.
it looks fine. It also looks like it's the exact same story as the first movie.
Yeah.
Which is,
It could be good. I'm holding out judgment. Like, I feel like the trailer could represent a really good movie or a really bad movie. It's sort of,
I don't think it'll be really bad.
I don't remember liking the trailers for the original Incredibles either. I think what it is that they tend to be good movies. The last one was good, but
Last one's excellent.
the
Yeah.
premise itself, I don't know. There's something about the premise that never really attracted me. Like superhero family.
Mm-hmm.
I
No,
know.
but they executed it so well.
I know they did,
It
and
was
I'm
real
sure
good.
it's Pixar, so it's like they've never made anything like there's some I like more than others, but there's always a baseline quality of Pixar.
Yeah. Well, I remember hating the trailer when it came out, and I was in high school, and I had no desire to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I hated was they showed the Bob Parr just posing and doing all these things. I'm like, this guy's an asshole. I hate him.
Yeah, like one of them was just his workout sequence where he's lifting
Yeah.
a train in the train.
Right,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and I really disliked it. I disliked the character. I didn't like, anything about it. And then I got it for my birthday, and I was like, thanks. And then I watched it, and it was great.
Yeah,
It's very good, and it's the new one is written and directed by Brad Bird
I was
again.
about to ask. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he does the voice of the cape lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I forget her name. It's got a good cast in it too.
Edna Mode.
And, yeah,
Edna Mode. There you go.
Yeah, I guess he did the voice because during all the rehearsals and stuff, he did the voice to fill in for whoever they were going to cast, and then they're like, "Let's just use you. You're doing great."
But yeah, I think it could be good as long as it's not like, fatherhood is difficult.
That's the weird part.
I have a feeling that's going to be like one sequence in the film.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from the trailer, but it's that they're not making, by pushing that plot, they're not making it appeal to me at all.
Yeah,
right, because we're sort of like kind of past Mr. Mom.
Yeah,
where it's
we're
like,
far past Mr. Mom.
But this is also like The Incredibles is kind of takes place in the 60s. Kind of.
Right.
Like it has the look of that. And it's kind of this weird, like it's really sort of ambiguous.
Yeah.
What decade it is. But because everything's like modern deco, like that 60s mod.
I think someone figured it out, actually. I'm pretty sure it does take
place
in
I'm
the
sure.
60s or 70s.
It's sort of
There's like one mention in the movie or
it's
something.
sort of a timeless thing, though, because like there's all this future technology.
Right,
so
yeah.
I think it's sort of, it's alternate universe 60s or 70s.
Yeah, it's like Tim Burton's Batman, where it's like, it kind of looks like the 80s by way of 1945.
Right.
Like, or even earlier than that, like the 30s.
Yeah, it's a cool aesthetic. But,
yeah, no, I really liked it in the first movie, and I'm gonna see it.
Yeah. This is one where it's not like I'm depressed, not like Jurassic World where I'm bummed I'm gonna see it. It's like the trailer isn't a great trailer,
right,
but
like
I trust Pixar and I like the first one,
I'm
and I like
withholding-
Brad Bird, so it's like
I'm withholding judgment. Let's see, other Pixar sequels that I thought were bad were Monsters University.
I never saw
forgettable.
Monsters University. I never saw Finding Dory.
It's not.
Same here.
Finding Dory is fine. It's not as good as Finding Nemo, but it's good. I feel like that character in Ellen DeGeneres is just, it's good. It's nice. It's fun to watch. It wasn't as memorable as the first movie, but it wasn't as bad, I felt like, as Monsters University was. It was just like bland and.
Oh man,
I saw it once and it's so forgettable. I don't remember anything about it.
And it's like, there's this problem when you go into the backstory. I think that's the thing is, so like Finding Dory was a sequel, which is a lot easier to pull off and have it be decent.
Yeah.
Right.
But a prequel, you don't need to go into the backstory of characters. Like, why is Sully big but nice? I don't know. I can guess.
It just is.
Unless they have something to say,
Right.
which they didn't seem to at
Not
all.
really. Just like, don't bully people.
Yeah.
I would rather see a sequel in that universe where like monsters are like delighting children and they have an economy that runs on laughter. Like I want to see a wrench get thrown into that situation. That would be way more interesting to me.
Or like have something where, you could have some kind of off-branch sequel where it's seeing this little girl who like knows about the existence of monsters, and now she's like an older child, and it's just, is a dimension hopping little girl. That would be pretty metal.
Oh yeah, I mean that girl goes missing for like 24 hours.
Yeah, nobody seems to care. It's
No.
like, yeah, she does that.
It's a great sequence though with all the doors.
Yeah, that is good. I mean, the original is so good.
I like the original a lot.
Yeah.
Put that thing back, or so help me. Put that back where you found it, or so help me.
Oh, there's so many good moments in the movie.
It's great.
Cars 2 is pretty abysmal.
I didn't watch any of the Cars.
It's their most successful, I think, with kids because my nephew loved fucking
Cars is their most successful franchise in terms of merchandising.
Yeah, fucking Mater. Fucking, of all the people to help Pixar and expand their franchise, it's fucking, what's his name there?
Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah. I mean, cars with big eyes.
Yeah,
it's just that's a recipe for merchandising.
Dumb secret agent plot.
I did not watch a single one of those movies.
First one's okay.
The first one is Doc Hollywood.
Yeah, it's got Paul Newman in there.
If you've seen the film Doc Hollywood starring Michael J. Fox, that is the plot of Cars.
Can I watch that instead of
Yes,
Cars?
just pretend they're all cars.
I'll just make like vroom noises during it. I have seen one of the best things that come out of Cars is some people like trying to figure out the anatomy of the cars. Yeah, like, okay, where does the tongue go? Like, where's the brain?
I think Dave and I did a video where we were trying to figure out how they fuck.
Yeah, we watched all of them, right?
We watched even the Planes one.
We watched
with
both
the
of the
tailpipes,
Planes
right?
movies.
It has to be, yeah.
I remember the second Planes movie
was
that
weirdly
bad.
not bad.
Yeah.
The first Planes movie was bad.
Yeah.
My God, is Planes even Pixar, or is that like some?
It's Disney, but it's not Pixar.
Right.
It's like
It was like some deal with the devil Pixar made with Disney, where they're like, "Fine, take this shit.
Take our worst interns."
It was barely above direct to DVD quality.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they both barely made it to theaters, and their star is Dane Cook.
I just remember this. Like, I didn't watch any of this. I just have an aversion to like anthropomorphic vehicles. I guess.
It doesn't.
But like, there's like this extremely hot plane, I guess, like a sexy plane.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're just dudes duding around, and then the plane rolls, and it's like, what? And the plane like slow motion, like I'm a hot plane.
Yeah, there's a sexy car in the first movie.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
there's a sequence where it lingers on her lower back tattoo, the car's lower back tattoo.
They flash, the cars flash. So question: Are we gonna get Carries? Like
they already exist, I'm sure.
Really?
Well,
because I thought the Lion King and like the other things where they have a scene with like a sexy lady animal causes furries, right?
Sure.
Right.
So if Cars and Planes has a sexy lady car or plane, are people gonna start dressing up as planes? And
I hope so.
I hope so.
I feel like animators, this is what they want. Like, I feel like animators are sitting around
they're messed
in their
up.
studio, and he's just like, hey, Greg, come here. I'm going to make people want to fuck this car.
Yeah. Check this out. Check this out.
That's absolutely true. I used to do animation, not fun Pixar stuff. I used to do medical animations. And then when I was in college, I would do just fun animations, I guess. But, like, no, it takes an interesting mind to stick with animation because it's so grueling. And you're so sleep deprived that just like jokes start to happen. Like you try to put wieners in your animation and see if anyone notices.
Like in Feifel. They absolutely put a wiener in one of them Feifel movies.
I'm sure.
One of the
I'm sure they did that in the Jewish mice movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can look it up online. You can if you watch it on YouTube, you can find it.
Subject matter.
There's literally a frame where they put a dick near the female mouse's mouth.
Oh, no.
Right.
And it's it's like a shitty, like on a bathroom stall dick.
I'm sure.
But you can look it up, and you can rent the movie on YouTube, and it's still there. I know because I did this for a Cracked article, because I had read about it.
Right.
And it was like, I need to find evidence of this. And I was like, I wonder if I just go look at the movie. And then just like
still there.
frame at a time, this like,
yeah.
Oh, yep, there's the dick right there.
Right there. It's. They went
in
back
that mouse's mouth.
Yeah, it's like, the pogroms, dick.
Yeah.
I get to say that because my family suffered the pogroms, so now I get to make dick jokes.
Nice.
Thanks, great grandpa.
Well, and thanks Fievel, because it threw
Thank you, Fievel.
Threw that dick in there.
Yeah.
Because some hero went. Well, not somebody went back and took that hero out of the end of Teen Wolf.
Oh, the guy with his pants
out? Guy stands up with his dick hanging out.
There's a cartoon called Maya the Bee, which I guess is like a German cartoon, and animators snuck a dick in there.
Oh man, I used to watch that cartoon all the time in Germany. So I need to like.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I lived in Germany for a while.
Oh really?
As a little boy.
Oh.
With
do you know any German?
Wooden shoes and.
I was about to say, you wear them German pants?
The
like
German pants, the overalls, and the lederhosen and the wooden shoes.
Schadenfreude pants?
Yeah. I know some German, not a lot. I'm trying to learn it again. Because we have a lot of family that still lives over there and speaks German.
Right.
But yeah. So The Incredibles 2.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be about German bees.
Mm-hmm. And dicks.
And all them Fivels. Go rent them Fivels.
Can we get 5 more Fivels?
We get some more Fivels. It's high time to get some more Fivels.
Don Bluth, another Fivel? Can we get another Fivel?
He is. He's ancient, but he's still alive.
I pray for him every day.
He's very old.
Yeah. A delicate old man.
Yeah, I just watched this thing that was on like some special re-release of Dragon's Lair that they just put out. And there's an extended interview with him and two of the lead programmer and then the lead animator on that. And it's pretty interesting to hear them talk about that. And also you can see he's just a mummy.
Yeah.
Like he is as old as time itself.
He's as old as Methuselah in Secret of Nim.
All right.
Nice pull.
Yeah.
The next trailer we have is Mary Shelley, which is a biopic about Mary Shelley, the author of Frankenstein.
Yep.
Sorry, you mean Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
Well, the
That's what
book
it's
is called Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus.
You mean Mary Shelley's monster.
the Mary Shelley's monster. And this trailer is great for none of its intended reasons.
It's so boring.
It's the dullest trailer, but then it's like...
It's not about how she invented Frankenstein. It's about the man who inspired her to invent Frankenstein.
Right, and then it's like her love for Percy Shelley and Lord Byron. And then like all of these review quotes are splashed across the screen. Like it's like, what is it? It was... Are you pulling it up?
I gotta look it up because we can't get the wording.
We have to get the wording exactly
This is
right.
just why do they make these movies? Do people watch them? Like Finding Neverland, that was the other one.
Right, but Finding Neverland was fake. Like none of that. That was a fictional version of J.M. Barrie making.
I just
Peter
don't care.
Pan.
I just don't care how people write.
Really strange.
Stuff.
Yeah,
because I know how they write stuff. They sit there.
It's very boring.
And it's very boring. And they write a draft and it sucks. And so they write it again and it gets better. Mm-hmm. And then they submit it, and people are like, "Hey, this is good."
What's that quote that flashes on screen?
Filled with righteous feminist fire.
Righteous feminist fire, bro.
Righteous dude, totally tubular feminisms.
There is such hyperbolic language posted in little review blurbs in this trailer. It's like a powerful period piece in the righteous feminist fire, but it looks like the boringest movie.
Yeah.
Mary Shelley's balls to the wall.
She will kick your dick right out of the back of the theater.
Just a bunch of air horns.
Mary Shelley.
It's just Mary Shelley, like, kicking down doors going, "What's up, bros? About to write one of the most luminary novels of all time."
Check out a scene where I fuck this pie.
Why can't that be the movie we get?
It looks
just Percy Shelley going like, "Oh, Mary, that's so improper," and she like blows an air horn in his ear. "Shut up, Percy." It's like a Kate Beaton comic.
I want that movie.
Yeah, I want that movie too.
This movie looks very boring.
This one, it's like I'm 16. Will you marry me?
It's like they don't get to. It seems like in the last 20 seconds of the trailer, they're like, it's when like the actual interesting part of the story happens, where it's like, a woman can't write this. So maybe make that your movie and not like her just get mooncalfing over two boring ass dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, who do I marry? I'm only 16. Which was in the trailer, which I find very weird, because why, of all the things to emphasize in your movie, like why pick that, bro? Like, I mean,
the only thing I can think of is to emphasize like how young she was when she got this genius idea, but they put that, like, Frankenstein doesn't get mentioned until like a minute in the trailer, so it's like
how old was she when she actually wrote it?
20s, I think.
Yeah, either like
that's still impressive.
Yeah, she's like 18 or something.
Yeah,
not super old.
Yeah,
at all.
I think she's like when it was published, she was like in her 20s, right? So,
I'm not sure. I know they wrote it on that she wrote it on that get together with her and Percy and Lord Byron and someone else that I forget.
Mary Shelley experts, don't DM me. I know I'm wrong.
Yeah, right. We're playing fast and loose with history here. But this movie is playing pretty fast and loose. It's focusing on all the parts that nobody's gonna give a shit about. Like, I don't want to see.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think it would be cool if it's sort of like you have the juxtaposition, nice word, with of
Mary Shelley would have used that word.
yeah, she
Yeah.
totally would have. She was like the juxtaposition of like mummy dick with this
And this
mummy-
air horn.
But with how, you know, the delicate stuff she has to do to be a lady back in these days, and her completely righteous book about dead people
Right.
walking the
Her
earth.
metal ass book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and it's not just like, it's not some kind of like, you know, mealy milquetoast Dracula. It's, I have sewn a man out of dead body parts, and I've
I'm electrocuting him
Juiced
back
it
to
up.
life.
It's pretty impressive.
and it tries to love her. I've not read Frankenstein.
I mean, it's just
Yeah, right.
it's just lumbers around and kills people.
Yeah.
It's Jason from Friday the 13th.
Kind of. He sort of
Only we like
he
feel
sort
bad
of
for him.
mice and men's his way
Right.
through a lot of situations.
You mean Frankenstein's monster?
Frankenstein's monster does the monster. So yeah, that movie doesn't look very good.
Yeah, I don't know,
But
whatever.
maybe it is. Maybe it's just a bad trailer. I don't know.
So apparently Westworld season 2 starts this weekend.
Yeah.
Woo!
Like when people, I didn't know that.
No.
Cool, neat.
Yeah, it was
Neat.
2-year hiatus.
Yeah, I've just been. It's sort of like Game of Thrones, where I'm like, okay, that's going to take a while. I am going to check out of this.
Can
Yeah.
I pretend it doesn't exist? Because if I try to wait for it,
Yeah,
it's gonna
exactly.
be hard.
So it's kind of fun to be like, oh yeah, by the way, this thing is happening
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
fun, dumb show.
I feel
Yeah.
like they did a good job with the trailer. I don't remember if we talked about this on the air earlier or if
maybe.
it was off there, but yeah, like they didn't reveal too much with the
Yeah.
Westworld trailer. It was, I mean, if you're a purist, I still wouldn't watch it, but it looks good, and the reviews look good.
Yeah, the reviews have been good.
I'm excited
And-
for more piano covers of 90s songs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty sweet.
Do Rocket Man.
Yeah.
That's not 90s at all.
Do a piano cover of a 90s cover of Rocket Man.
Right.
Right. Do Little Toy Guns, sort of Rocket Man adjacent song.
Yeah.
They're doing a Pet Sematary remake
Mm.
Sure.
starring friend of the podcast Jason Clark.
Jason Clark.
Who's Jason Clark?
He was in that movie. I called a friend of the podcast because he was in that movie Winchester that we covered.
He is a blank slate.
Yeah, he pops up in a lot of things.
He's
He was
perfect
in,
for this because if I
he
remember
plays,
Pet Sematary right, you hate the main character.
Oh yeah, he's a
terrible.
calamitous man. He plays Ted Kennedy in the movie Chappaquiddick that just came out.
Didn't see anything that you're talking
He's
about.
John Connor in Terminator Genesis.
Didn't see that either.
He's a forgettable man otherwise.
Is he sort of Christian Bale-esque?
He thinks he is.
Kind of like a haggard Christian Bale.
Budget, but like
He's like a drowned victim Christian Bale.
you know that like section of the grocery store for like old bananas and bread and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, the manager special.
cheap- Yeah.
He's manager special, Christian Bale.
I mean, he's fine. He's a fine actor.
He's fine.
I
He's
would.
good in Zero Dark 30.
Yeah, he is the definition of fine.
I haven't seen any single movie he's
Mm-hmm.
been in. Apparently,
You've got a real Jason Clark blind spot.
and I
Yeah.
really do.
But yeah, it's being the Pet Sematary. Can you really call it a remake? Because it's just like the original is just an adaptation of a book. Like I've always wondered
It's
about
another
that. It's just another
adaptation.
adaptation, right?
Depends.
Unless
Are
it's
they
like-
going back to the source material? Or are they?
Right.
I assume they're
If
going.
any of them at any point has watched the movie, then it's a remake.
Yeah.
Because we have a thing about the It movie later down the list, and it would be weird to call the most recent It movie a remake of
It's
the
not
Tim
a
Curry
remake,
one.
no, because they do it. It's all different.
Yeah.
Which
But
I
anyway.
think is good in a remake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no need. I didn't see it, but it seemed like it was different enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. This Pet Sematary remake is being directed by the people that made that movie Starry Eyes.
Which I really enjoy. Starry
Yeah,
Eyes.
we watched that. It's a fucking crazy ass horror movie.
Yeah.
I think it's on Netflix.
I'm
or
glad
one of
they're
them.
rewarding that director
Yeah,
by giving them.
that is a crazy dark horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's very Rosemary's Baby esque.
Yeah, it's more over the top.
Pet
Yeah.
Cemetery is based on an old story called Monkey's Paw, right? like the Stephen King novel came after the monkey's paw story, which was like this thing where this couple gets this monkey's paw, and this guy who gives it to him is like, don't use it because it's cursed, and they're like, whatever, weirdo. And then they have a son, and he works in a sawmill, and then they wish on the monkey's paw, is like, I want $500. And then like the son goes off, well, I'm off to work at the old sawmill, gonna work with saws all day.
Really, Chekhov's gunning this shit.
Gonna mill some lumber in these saws.
These gigantic saws that are thrice the size of a man.
and he skips off to work, and then the old couple is like, this monkey's paw is baloney. And then one of the fingers like curls down. It's like, ooh, that's spooky. And then there's a knock on their door, and it's like, I'm sorry, your son has been killed in an awful saw accident. The parents are like, who would have seen this coming?
And here's your $500 settlement.
Yes.
I think a lot of movies are based off of that one story.
Yeah, don't ever hope.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, never hope for anything above what you already have, or your family will be killed.
Mm-hmm.
Pet Sematary exclusively deals with the part of that story where it's like, well, they wish their son back to life because it's bringing things back to life.
Right,
That's all it does.
Which happens in the monkey's paw, and then there's like this ominous knocking on the door, and the husband's like, well, the monkey's paw dicked us on the first thing. Like, this probably is a creepy zombie, so like, let's unwish that wish. Which I don't understand the ending of it, because wouldn't that final wish also have like a kicker to it?
You'd think. Like, the monkey's paw wouldn't just be like, okay, you learned your lesson.
Like never want anything. Never mourn for your loved ones. Okay, good. You've learned. What a crappy lesson. Like, I would like $500. Like, no, you get a dead son.
Yeah, I think Wishmaster really nailed it better than anything else. Everybody see Wishmaster?
Nope.
You haven't seen Wishmaster, Tom? Mm-hmm. What the hell?
I know the premise.
No one's seen the 90s thriller horror Wishmaster?
Right, it's the same premise as Twisted Metal. Without the car destruction.
Is it?
Yeah, everybody's competing for a wish, but the wish is always fucked up.
Well,
in some way.
Well, it's a genie. It's a genie that this lady finds, and he
grants
he grants the wishes, but in an evil way.
Yeah, it fucks with you in some way.
They do it really good, I think. I think Wishmaster's great.
We gotta watch Wishmaster.
Yeah,
maybe we should watch it after the podcast.
Yeah. I had something about Pet Sematary. Oh, I like that he first buries a cat.
Yeah.
And then the cat comes back evil, but that isn't quite an indicator of the cemetery yet.
Yeah.
Because it's still a cat. So, like, in the movie, the cat's just like an asshole.
Yeah,
and
the
he's
cat's
just
like a shitty cat.
Whatever. Like,
yeah, they still have it around. Like, the cat's just around.
Yeah, it's just a shitty cat.
Shitty zombie cat.
Maybe it's that, like, cats can't be affected by zombification because they're already essentially zombies.
I think it's that they can, but the humans can't tell the difference.
Right.
So the cat's just, like, freaking out, and they're like, all right, you shitty cat.
It's like alive cats hate you for these hundreds of specific reasons, and then an undead shitty cat just, like, dislikes you for no reason at all.
Yeah.
It's like one additional reason.
Yeah.
That's it.
But speaking of Stephen King, I see the next thing you have here is Bill Hader and James McAvoy might be joining the It sequel.
Yeah.
I assume Bill Hader is
Bill Hader would be Richie, and James McAvoy is Bill. So they're reading as, and they're pretty much cast Jessica Chastain for Beverly.
Right.
And she'd worked with the Muschiettis previously on Mama.
Yeah. And Richie, of course, was played by Harry Anderson.
Who just passed.
Who just died.
Night Court's Harry Anderson.
It's a shame.
I didn't see the okay, not the original It, but the recent original It.
Right.
Did they handle Beverly okay?
Yeah, she was all right.
Yeah. I mean, it's
a hell of a role because it's her. The father is super creepy, and the idea of Beverly, that character, she's abused as a kid by her father, and then she grows up
to be abused
by her husband, and it's like the cycle that she breaks from. Mm-hmm. So it's like a real bummer character. But I thought it was pretty good in the new one.
Yeah,
like they give her a character, like the New Kids on the Block stuff that she has, like. They make her. She was probably one of my favorite characters in the.
Yeah, the only
thing is they make them have to rescue her,
right?
Which isn't in the book. I don't think.
No,
and that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it was weird that they made that decision. That
doesn't she rescue them? And I didn't read the book, but
No, they get chased into the sewer by Henry and his cronies. And that's
Right, which they still do. So it's like, which one is it going to be?
it. Just
just
Henry
use
just
the
follows
Henry.
them there incidentally
Yeah.
in the new movie. And then the infamous scene where she has sex with all of them is they're lost in the tunnels.
Yikes.
And I guess she
She
bones
like,
sense back into them
yeah,
because after she has
they
sex
like
with them
find
all,
their way. She like Rudolphs them.
sort of, yeah,
with
like
sex.
like they're starting to lose their
It's super
their
weird.
like supernatural powers or whatever. It's a real strange scene.
Yeah, like so, like Stephen King, he often has sort of good social messages in his book. But dude, what? Like what?
That's a weird one.
What?
Like
I think it's just cocaine, right?
Yeah, it's got to be cocaine.
it's a weird one. I get it in the book. It's thematically. It's right after the kids have beaten Pennywise. It's like the last part of childhood going away. It's like the
That's
last part
not
of being innocent going away.
I don't
but
remember like my childhood ending with an orgy.
yeah, killing a monster clown spider and then having an orgy in the sewer.
Right.
But it's still. I mean, like
What a fucking book.
it's a great book, but that scene. I mean, I just reread it again. That scene is still. It's not as bad as
It's like,
you seem to remember, but like it's still so fucking jarring. It's
Yeah.
like, really, that's her power. All the-
Steve, hey Steve, Steve,
Yeah.
Steven, you okay?
Yeah, it's like all the other kids get like a cool specific power, and hers
Yeah.
is just fucking. She just bones the kids so that they're not lost anymore.
Steven, she's 12. Steve, 12 years old. Steven, hey Steven.
Hey, Steve, Stefan.
Stefan.
So yeah, the it's sequel.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'll
James
probably be
McAvoy's better than we watched the original adaptation. I don't mean to be mean, I guess, but the guy who played Bill
good. Was a
is
horror show.
is a mess.
He was a horrific looking man in the TV version.
He's very greasy and like has a
Yeah.
ponytail, like a blonde ponytail.
And a very large mole on his face.
Oh.
Yeah, and it
it's
was
not,
just
that's not his
and he's
fault.
but he's supposed to be like the hot guy.
Bill's supposed to be the handsome one.
Well,
Yeah,
And he was the least handsome.
like I was
like-
expecting
was
like
it
an arm
made?
to fall
There was-
off.
1990.
Well, you know, in the 90s, moles were
Moles
Right.
were in.
yeah, they
Yeah.
were in.
So yeah, that's, I don't know. This is exciting though. This next thing for me.
Yes, Carrie Elways and Jake Busey are joining Stranger Things season
Yeah,
3.
Season 3 of Stranger Things.
That's going to be their bit now. Is they just get 80s like actors.
Jake Busey wasn't though. He's 90s, but
Yeah,
like
that's
Gary
true.
Busey is,
All right, Jake Busey he's Contact
and Starship
Starship
Troopers and the
Troopers.
Frighteners.
Yeah.
Carrie Elways, what was like the last feature film he was in? It wasn't Saw, was
Might
it?
have been Saw.
Might have
No,
been Saw.
I'm sure he's done like I
He's
bet
been-
if you go on Amazon and search his name, you'll find a lot of depressing movies.
Oh,
that he's
I mean,
been
he's like, I was reading the article. He's apparently in a couple of shows right now.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
he's working, and like we saw him at the last Kamikaze we went to. He looked great.
in. You're right. He did look really good.
Like he was starting to get a little like
Yeah.
And
older
he-
in like
yeah.
the Saw movies, but like at I don't know, at Kamikaze we saw him. I was like, damn, Gary always is like,
in Stranger Things,
locking it down.
He's playing the mayor.
yeah, I know
the
the, shitty
sleazy
mayor.
mayor.
It's gonna be
man,
great.
That's great. The only person I could think of better for that would be, the Twin Peaks
Kyle MacLachlan.
Kyle MacLachlan, but
But
he's-
he plays the mayor in Portlandia.
right, so you can't do it anymore. No more mayor roles for you. You're
Yeah.
done. You get one. You get to be
You get one
one
mayor.
mayor.
But I assume it's going to be. I assume these are all like. They're all going to disappear or die because like
Right, you can't keep.
that's what they did with Sean Astin, where it was like, oh, they can't.
Yeah, and presumably Paul Reiser. I don't think
Yeah.
Paul Reiser will be.
You mean
back.
everyone in the show or just Carrie Elways?
They do like, I don't want to call it stunt casting, but each season they've had like that's a good. Oh, and Winona Ryder, she's like
Is
permanent
Winona
cast.
Ryder
Yeah.
gonna like have a relationship with the mayor and then the mayor dies brutally?
Let's
That'd be
hope
great.
so.
Just keep having boyfriends taken away from her in the most metal way possible.
Killed by fucking monster dogs. Oh
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that. And like Jake
Jake
Busey's
Busey-
playing like a creepy reporter.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm cautiously. What's the opposite of cautiously optimistic? Hesitantly pessimistic about the next
Oh really?
season. Yeah, just because like I don't know where they can go.
They're going to have to go out of control. Like, I liked...
She closed...
The episode I liked the most was 11, where she becomes an X-Men.
You know, she goes to Chicago.
Yeah.
Like
People hated that episode.
I know, but I liked it because it was
really liked it.
I liked it because it was like, oh, okay, this is different. They're going in a direction, because you kind of have to ask, like, how can they keep up the momentum of this show?
Right, and that character, Kali, will probably come back as a villain.
And it was like, make it like superheroes or something. Do something crazy. I don't care.
I liked it in its own right, but I felt like I understood the criticism that it was sort of misplaced. It was weird. It was a little weird, but like out of left field. I thought it was a neat thing because I kind of liked the whole like remember these like weird punks back in the 90s? It was great, right? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just sort of, I don't know. I have a bad feeling about it, but I'm not basing it on anything. Just my visceral kind of.
Well, classically, the third part of anything has not really been great.
Right.
The Matrix.
That's true. The Matrix was great.
That's the best example, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Toy Story. Actually, no. Toy Story 3 was pretty good.
Yeah. No, I mean, there are exceptions. Like Iron Man 3 is pretty sweet.
Wait, is that the one with
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
Wait, is Iron Man 3 the one with Ben Kingsley?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah, it's Shane Black doing it.
It was delightful.
With Gwyneth Paltrow. I can't look Gwyneth Paltrow in the face anymore and take her seriously.
It tells you to stick a jade egg in your vagina.
I just imagine her. I imagine her with all sorts of like crystals and jade, on up in there,
just rattling around in there,
jingling like, oh, you shouldn't have your keys on Mike. And it's like, I don't have any keys.
Are you carrying a sack full of rocks?
Don't do that, people. It's bad for you.
Yeah, don't cram rocks in your body.
It's bad. It can kill you, actually.
Dave, you want to talk about movies that deserve more hype? There's a few here.
I have 3 on here.
I know.
Because I was researching and I got excited and I couldn't decide on one. I want to start with Dark Crimes.
Oh, you want to start with Dark Crimes? Okay.
Because that's Jim Carrey's first film in years. And it's like a true crime, him with a gritty beard.
Playing a Polish detective.
Yeah. Yeah, he has like an accent in it.
Yeah. The movie is based on this true story, and I posted the link in there. But is
it a serious movie?
Yeah, it is. It's about it's based on this New Yorker article that was about an actual murder case in Poland. That I put it in the docs. Everybody should like read it on their own time because it's really fascinating. But it's just about this cold case murder that this detective gets and sees that this author has written this book that has like details about the case in it that only the murderer could know.
Yeah, it's funny. In researching my podcast, I found out about this arson who wrote a book about an arson, and it had all these things in it that was like, and the arsonist's name in the book, Aaron Stiles, was an anagram for "I set LA fires."
Oh, that's wonderful.
What a douche.
You guys see a Murder of Crows?
Douche.
You guys remember Murder of Crows with Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Vaguely, yeah.
Oh, that's about this. Cuba Gooding Jr. plays an author who meets he's like a failing author or something and meets a more successful author who like dies and he steals his book, and then the book is full of murders that actually happened. So like he has to like tell people like, yeah, I stole the book. And the twist is just awful. So I encourage people to watch that.
We should watch The Raven, too, that Edgar Allan Poe one with John Cusack.
The twist is just that movie that Cuba Gooding Jr. was in, like, playing on the TV. What was that movie?
Wait, what?
The one where he plays the mentally disabled.
Radio.
Yeah.
I have yet to bring myself to watch that film. That movie is a fucking disaster.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Dark Crimes, Jim Carrey doing serious stuff. Yeah. The trailer has surprisingly few views, so
he is a good serious actor. I mean, I think The Truman Show, even though he is comedic in it, it's a serious movie.
Yeah, he's good in it.
Yeah.
I didn't see Eternal Sunshine, but I heard he was good in there.
Oh, you should probably see that.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim Carrey's on the fence, though. He's on the Gwyneth Paltrow fence, where it's like I'm starting to have trouble taking him seriously.
Yeah, he's a little out there.
Yeah.
A little out there.
I do enjoy his artworks, though.
He's been killing it.
Yeah.
His drawings.
His paintings?
If he just believed in vaccines.
Yeah.
Jim, buddy.
Yeah, all the other stuff I could forgive. The stuff where we're all
Buddy.
like Stardust or whatever.
Yeah, it's like fine. I
Your
get it.
your pretentious website.
Mm.
I
That
haven't visited
awful.
it. Oh no.
I don't know. It might have changed, but I remember like 10 years ago, it was just this awful, like Tim Burton-esque, like, here's my giant face rolling around the website.
Oh, I
and you
remember
can click-
that.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Jim.
Jim, buddy,
James.
buddy,
James.
get a flu shot, man.
That's your
Dude,
problem.
Dude, my dude.
Mm.
my dude, get
My-
a flu shot and watch some Fivals.
My
Yep.
dude, get a smallpox vaccine and get those Fivals.
Get them Fivals.
So this next one, Anon, it might be total crap or it might be great. It's
Right, 'cause
really
it's made
there's
by
no
the
telling. It's,
Maker of okay, tell us.
well, it's coming to Netflix around May. And it's the director of Gattaca
Mm-hmm.
and In Time. Two movies that are both very like sci-fi premises that are both kind of fun. That are both, one is quite good and one is very bad.
It's the complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
So Anon is Clive Owen, who apparently just isn't doing much lately.
He was in
Clive
Valerian.
Oh yeah, he was. He's sort of. Yeah, he's barely in
sort
Valerian.
of Valerian.
That was a weird movie, right? I didn't see it, but
I
it looked
enjoyed
bad. You liked it?
Yeah, I'm not going to defend it, but I liked it.
I wanted to like it. I haven't seen it, but
You
like
should
I was
see
like,
it.
oh, it's Luc Besson, and it looks kind of Fifth Element-y. But then it got
And it
bad
is.
reviews, and I didn't watch it.
I thought it was delightful. I was delighted by the stupid movie.
So,
This movie's about.
I was
a
delighted
dystopian
by the
future.
colors. So.
Yeah, a lot of pretty colors. A lot of loud noises. This is about a future where nobody's anonymous, so you like look at somebody and you can see who they are.
Everybody has
And
like,
when people commit
visual
crimes,
cortex
Everybody has
implants.
Google Glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's your eye.
Yeah,
Mm.
and so
Google
and
Eye.
Clive
Google
Owen is
Eye.
a future detective in a world without crime. They word it in like the synopsis of Detective in a World Without Crime, and it's like
That
What does he-
sounds
what does he-
super
what does he do?
boring.
What does he do all day?
and
Like-
someone like hacks the whatever and commits crimes.
Mm.
well, it's
And I like how they're committing crimes because the way they hack it is that the victim, who they use their vision to identify the murderer, just sees what the murderer sees.
yeah, it's kind of a neat
So
device.
it's a cool idea. Like before they die, all they can see is like someone creeping up on them with a gun, and they're like looking around, like, "Oh God, oh shit," and then they get shot
Wait, why do
Really?
they see what the...
It's the way
because the murderer's like hacking them.
yeah,
Is the murderer trying to spook them?
I think just trying to hide their own identity,
right.
And
Hmm.
so
Because
by
otherwise
showing
they
their
just
point of view,
Why do they want to murder?
unclear.
unclear.
Maybe they're rebelling against a society where
Mhm.
everybody knows everything about everyone.
I'm all good for rebelling against that, but don't kill people.
Right.
Don't kill.
There's
Don't
got to be
do
better
that.
ways if the
Watch
killer just
Fievel.
pushed people over or something.
Yeah.
Fievel never kills. Well, he kills one person.
Does he? Oh, he kills that cat, right?
Mm.
I'm
Isn't there
sure
an
he
evil
kills.
cat? Isn't there an evil
Right.
fucking cat he kills?
Well,
Skins him and lives forever in its carcass. Makes armor out of its teeth and claws.
Fievel just like, I'm here to chew cheese and skin cats, and I'm all out of cheese. That was a reference to that. I live.
Was.
Mm,
It's a timely
movie.
reference. Yeah, solid
Yeah.
reference.
very good. Gonna get all the teens interested in this podcast.
Winning a
Um,
lot of new fans.
Gonna get those dabbing millennials.
Them dabbing dollars.
Mm.
I can taste him now.
This final movie is called Hotel Artemis.
This looks wonderful.
It's kind of John Wicky.
It's very John Wick.
It's about a hospital. Well, a hotel.
I thought you said a hotel.
it's a hotel
David.
that's actually a hospital for
Well, make up your mind,
people who
Dave.
commit crimes. And there's rules, like basically you can go here and they'll treat you, but you can't bring a gun and no beef between people.
Oh man, you can't bring your gun
And
to
it's
the
run-
hospital.
I know, it sucks.
Not the hotel hospital.
It's run by Jodie Foster.
Ah, nice. Oh, I think I didn't see the preview for it, but I saw
Okay.
the thing.
It's run
the
by
poster.
Jodie Foster. Sterling K. Brown and his brother are robbing a bank in the beginning, and they accidentally or unknowingly steal this very precious. It's like a pen, but it's like full of like a precious metal or something that
Right.
belongs to the supervillain Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, Joe Goldblum plays a villain called the Wolf King. He is the villain of this movie.
Good.
And he shows up at Hotel Artemis
Yeah,
to get
with
his
like
precious
aviator
pen back.
sunglasses and a beard, just
Yeah.
being Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum I think it's interesting because he doesn't act. He just is.
He's
himself.
never acted.
No.
Yeah.
He's just Jeff Goldblum.
And if your movie requires Jeff Goldblum, the person, you just put him in there.
And you're done.
Yeah, and then mission accomplished.
And the only acting directions you give him is like, you hate these people. And he's like,
This movie also has Dave Bautista.
Yep.
And Charlie Day. And Zachary Quinto. So it's just all sorts of delightful.
It looks very...
Is it a comedy?
I think it looks kind of like comedic action film.
Yeah.
Like a comedic action thriller.
And again, where the hell did this come from? It's coming out in July.
I mean,
July 20th.
it looks sweet.
Yeah.
It looks like a more jokey John Wick.
Yeah. Everybody
which I'm
looks
on board
good.
for.
It's like a new director.
Oh, and Sophia Boutella's in it.
Right, yeah.
The Righteous
I think the
Fire.
director-
Righteous feminist fire.
The director co-wrote Iron Man 3 and like
Oh.
one other thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it could be good.
It could be good. It could be really bad.
Could be really stupid. We'll see.
Could be right in between. Could be what's that one with Jeremy Piven as a magician?
Lucky number 11?
No.
Slevin.
Deuces Wild.
Oh, Deuce is Wild, right?
Deuce
Deuce is Wild. Okay.
That's the one with Affleck and
What?
Nazi. What's his name?
I haven't
Chris
seen it.
Pine. Really?
No, I never saw it.
Nazi Chris Pine.
I think it's Nazi Chris Pine. Or another one. What was the one with Clive Owen versus
Shoot 'em up.
Shoot 'em Up? Like it could be that where like it has its moments, but generally
It's not good.
it's not good.
It's like the difference. It could be Machete or it could be Machete Kills.
Right.
Machete was not good. Machete Kills is delightful.
Yeah. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Really.
So yeah, get excited about those movies.
Yeah. Why not?
That's about all we had to
the hell
talk
not.
about. Katie, thanks so much for coming and talking.
Yeah, of course.
Do you have anything you want to plug? Where can we find you online, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Katie Goldin, or my bird Twitter at ProBirdRights. I'm working on a podcast. It's not out yet, though. If it comes out before you release this, just put a robot voice in that says what it is.
Okay. Can do.
We will absolutely do that.
It's
That would be
about
delightful.
it's about animals, so go on there, hit that like and subscribe.
It's gonna be about fivals.
Gonna be so many fivals.
Some wall-to-wall fivals.
Just fivel. Welcome to Fivlecast.
Fivlecast. We're gonna get really into the American Tail universe.
It's a half past fivel.
Awesome.
All right. Well, that's it.
All right.
Say goodbye.
Sweet.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info. Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.